want to understand how cells form tissues, organs and organisms. And the organ that we focus on is the vertebrate eye. So our eyes are obviously very important to perceive our visual environment. And we want to understand how eyes are formed, how they get into the right shape, how they grow. And then once we have neurons, which of course the eye is part of our brain, when the neurons are made, how these neurons get to the right place, always at the right time, and how they make functional connections, and how these functional connections then connect to the brain so that the visual information is getting to the brain. This is what we're trying to understand from cells to tissue in a nutshell. So far we have made a lot of progress understanding how cells come together to form tissues and how they interact in one eye of us. But of course, as opposed to other areas of the brain, eyes come in pairs. So we have two eyes at the two sides of our body. And what we want to understand next is how this bilateral symmetry emerges from the shape formation to neurogenesis. And while we are doing basic fundamental research in our lab, of course understanding this has also implications to understanding what happens when we have two eyes of different sizes, different morphology, which while we can compensate for it, can cause problems for the lives of individuals. And for example, in other vertebrates like fish, where the eyes are at the outside of the body, if you lose one of the eyes or if one of the eyes is less functional, then you lose the perception of half of the environment. So we want to understand in the next steps how bilaterality and how symmetry emerges during eye development. First of all, it puts us on the Portuguese map. I'm not sure, I'm here in Portugal now for 5 years. I'm not sure how well we were so far known and received. So this was a fantastic news for us and for the whole team. And it puts the new GIMM Institute on the map, which of course is also good because we were only starting in the 1st of October. But even broader than this, I think it also shines a light on developmental biology in Portugal, which while it is a very important topic, because many birth defects are developmental defects, many developmental problems cannot be fixed later in the adult life. But there's relatively little research on basic fundamental developmental biology in Portugal. And I think also for this it's very good to shine a light on the quality of developmental biology that is done in this country.